Okay, I'm going to take you back, but I need you to apologize, okay? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, now what are you sorry for? I'm sorry for hurting you. Okay, I understand. Now, how exactly did you hurt me? I hurt you by breaking your trust. Okay, got it. Now, how exactly did you break my trust? Because I was untrustworthy and I was unfaithful. Okay, got it. Now, how exactly were you unfaithful? I was messing around with somebody else or whatnot behind your back. Okay, now what do you mean by messing around behind my back? See, you're doing too much now. You're doing way too much now. You accept my apology or not? I said I was sorry. Okay, now calm down. I understand that you're sorry. I just need you to acknowledge exactly what you are sorry for. You already know what I did, so why do I need to go into detail? Why do I need to go into detail? Because I need you to acknowledge it and take accountability. I acknowledge that I was unfaithful to you. That's all I'm saying. Never mind. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains, the channel where the self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, myself, I use my platform to raise awareness for narcissistic personality disorder, get more people into therapy, and also in the process of doing that, validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. I just take my YouTube shorts and my skits and my TikToks and make them longer over here. The one you just watched was a skit I did about how a narcissist can sound, like how a narcissist sounds when you are trying to get an apology for them, when you are forgiving to them, when you're overly forgiving to narcissists. I keep telling people this: when you're overly forgiving to people, it messes you up. It just is. You know, somebody pointed out the other day there's a difference between forgiveness and reconciliation. But me, I'm cool with not forgiving people. I know the Bible says forgive them so you can get to heaven. Eventually forgive them, but not right there in that moment. Forgiveness, for me, forgiveness takes time. And to forgive them, I feel like they need, to forgive them and reconcile with them, I feel like consistent change behavior is the only way that you can is the only reason you can reconcile with somebody. That skit right there I just did, with that terrible apology. Terrible. Like, I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Never ever, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you will rarely ever get a specific apology. It will rarely ever be very, very specific to what they did. Because when you get specific apologies, when there is specificity to the apologies, you understand that. When there's specificity to the apologies, a narcissist, it hurts because that's taking accountability. That's acknowledging the wrongdoings. That is, going down the other side of things. That's not normally what a narcissist would do. Like me, even to this day, I have problems giving specific, like adding specificity or getting specific with my apologies, because I just feel like a lot of times, like my mind, the way my mind goes, I will immediately justify what I did by what the other person's actions, or by some kind of outside interference, peer pressure, family pressure, financial pressure, stress, anything like that, to make myself feel better about the situation, the current situation, and the current state of things. So I say, when you're dealing with a narcissist, very, very, ever rarely will you get a specific apology, because they really don't feel like they're sorry for it, And then if you are consistently accepting those apologies, if you are consistently accepting those, those blanket apologies, those apologies the apologies that don't really make any sense, the huge statements, just the whole overall, I'm sorry you feel that way, that type of apology right there. If you are accepting those apologies, then you're just enabling that person to treat you worse. You're giving that person the go ahead to continuously treat you worse, and to to get worse and to make themselves better cheaters. Because narcissists will always want to see what they will continuously push the boundaries on what you allow them to get away with. If you forgive them for this, they'll try to do that again, but they'll hide it from you. They'll get better at hiding. Like I said, if you catch somebody cheating on their Apple Watch and you forgive them, guess what? You won't catch them cheating on the Apple Watch. There'll be a passcode on it. There'll be a password on it. If you catch somebody cheating on their MacBook because their MacBook and their phone is connected, they don't mass delete, you won't catch them on the MacBook again. There'll be a passcode on their MacBook, or they'll just disconnect the messages from the MacBook. On the phone, Snapchat, you won't do it. Like I said, when you consistently forgiving them and reconciling with them, you are literally just saying that you are okay with that behavior. So they don't feel like they should apologize. They feel like, and sometimes they don't even apologize at all. You don't even get the blanket apology.
You don't get the blanket apology. You don't get anything at all. Like they will literally look at you and just say, "Oh, are you gonna leave me?" And you say no. Then, okay, cool. Good night. Are you gonna, at least are you gonna treat me better? Are you gonna leave me? No. Okay, good night. If you're not gonna make people treat you better, if you're not gonna demand that people treat you with basic human decency, and you continue to stay, then they're not gonna apologize for treating you the way that you allow yourself to be treated. And that is not victim blaming. I know people are like, Lee, you're just victim blaming because people are trauma bonded, and you gotta understand the trauma bond. You don't understand trauma. You cause trauma. You are the trauma. You are the trauma starter. You cause the bond. You don't know how to break it. I understand that. I do 100% understand that. But like I said, I feel like people nowadays, if you are too forgiving and you're reconciling repeatedly, you are establishing the trauma bond. You establish that you can't live without this person. That person gets worse. That person will treat you terribly, and then sometimes they get to the point where they're threatening to unalive themselves. They're threatening. You know what unalive means? Unalive themselves. They're threatening to get rid of themselves. They're threatening to leave this planet, take the kids. They're threatening to take the kids. They're threatening to abandon the kids. They're threatening to out you. They're threatening to expose sensitive material, intimate pictures and videos and stuff like that. They'll start threatening you to keep you there. And a lot of times, the power. I tell this a lot of times with people when they deal with narcissists. The power is in the actual threat, not the follow through. Because somebody threatens you that they're going to release intimate photos and pictures of you. Most states, that's revenge corno. That's revenge corn. Replace the C with a P. You get exactly what I'm saying. That's revenge corn. So if in a state where they can go to jail, but you might get your feelings hurt or your reputation might get hit a little bit, but they go to jail. So why would they do that? They're willing to go to jail to embarrass you a little bit. You might not be embarrassed. You might be a baddie. You might be a handsome dude or something like that. You might not even be embarrassed. So they threaten to do that, which keeps you stagnant, which keeps you in place. They'll threaten to do I'm threatening if you do this, I'm gonna do that. But if they actually follow through with the threat, then they lose that power. The threat is the power. The threat is the control. Following through with the threat a lot of times makes them lose that power, makes them lose that control for a little bit of satisfaction. And a lot of times narcissists don't even do that. They just threaten to expose you. They'll threaten to hurt you. They'll threaten a lot of stuff. But again, protect yourself at all costs anyway, because I don't put anything past anyone. I just stopped doing it a long time ago because I don't. People just, you just never know the distances that people will go to protect themselves, or when they're back against the wall, when they have to come out swinging or something like that. So protect yourself at all costs, regardless. Because like I said, I don't trust people. People to go the distance with trying to hurt you and things like that. But anyways, y'all, I gotta film the Narcissist Code real quick before my last one-on-one. I'm extremely thankful for everybody, all your love and support. Keep liking it, keep subscribing. Mental Healness is out. Peace.